Welcome back to the morning show. It's Wise Guy Wednesday.
7:07. Why ask why when it comes to electricity? Our very own Wise Guy, Mats Selen, joins us with an experiment today. Good morning, Mats.
Hi, Gay. Hi, Matt.
How are you today?
I'm just really good.
Good.
I know that what we're going to do next is going to be kind of exciting, and it's going to make a big bang, and that's my favorite thing to do.
Yes, it is. I know that.
Now, storing charge actually turns out is a very, very important thing in all of modern electronics and electricity in your radio and your TV. What we did with this device over here was we had parallel aluminum plates, and we were able to put a bit of charge on the top and a bit of charge of the other kind on the bottom. And that's not a bad way to store it. These parallel plates are actually the way that we make charge storage devices, but we can make them much, much better than this. It turns out if you move the plates very close together, we get those positive and negative charges closer together, and you can put more of them on there. So the way people tend to build these things, which are called capacitors, is they'll take two conductors like this aluminum foil, they'll separate them by an insulator like the saran wrap, and they'll go like that, and then to make it fit in a small space, they roll it up in a little roll. Okay, I won't finish that, but it turns out that the thing that you see inside your stereo, which are called capacitors, which looks kind of like this, can store about 1,000,000 times more charge than one of these things. Okay, the one I have in my hand here can store 100,000 times more charge than this thing that we put together up here. And so storing a lot of charge is cool because we can then release all that charge all at once and we can have a bang. And so what I've done over here is I have set up 3 of these very, very large high voltage capacitors, which right now have a lot of charge on them, about almost 1,000,000 times more charge than we had sparking over here. And I'm going to release that charge all at once by shorting out these 2 metallic strips on the top. So if you look at the strips on the top here, one of them right now is positive, one of them is negative, and there's 1,000,000 times more charge waiting to jump between those 2 things than we had over in this previous experiment. So I'm going to put on my goggles.
Always safety first.
Very safe. And I'm going to put on this glove because my hand is going to be close to this. And I'm just going to short this out and let's see what happens.
Ooh.
Oh.
I love that. Okay, now we may get a few more little bangs out. Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah, you got to love that. And then we get smoke and we get flames, and the wire actually just vaporizes. It's completely gone.
Are we near that amount of energy at any point during our days?
Actually, if you open up the back of your television set, you'll have capacitors not too different from these that can actually seriously hurt you if you were to touch them. They store a lot of energy, and so you don't want to do that.
Oh.
Now, before we sign off, I want to say something about next week.
Okay.
Now, people are noticing that the weather is getting kind of cold. And so,
Yeah.
and we're trying to put some new windows in our house because they're drafty and all the rest of it. And so I want to do a thing on heat and cold. And so what I thought I would do is ask the viewers if they can answer a question for me. And here's the question. Everybody, or most people know that it's good to have your house painted white in the summer because your house, when it's white, absorbs less sunshine. But the question is, in the wintertime, if you want your house to radiate less heat away, so you keep the heat in your house, is it better to have the house a dark color or a light color? And if people want to email me that answer, I'll pick the best one, and I'll give them a T-shirt next week.
Okay, so they can email their answers to us here at the station, news@WCIA.com, and we'll get them all forwarded on to you.
That'd be great.
Okay.
We have one more fast question, Matt.
Contemplating that.
Robert is asking us, do you remember in like the 50s and 60s during science fiction movies where they would have those, like that V antenna and the little electricity would go up the top? Is that something?
We have one. We built one of those. I can show it to you at the beginning of next week's thing if you like.
Okay. We'll look forward to that.
Okay.
Okay. Mats Selen reporting live from the University of Illinois campus. All right. That will be fun. Robert, we'll get to that next week.
Excellent.
Your weather on the 3s is up next.